Everyone, my name is Michael Mastro. Thank you for coming to my YouTube channel, Vastu Creations. Today we're going to look at the chart for famous artist, director, media arts, Andy Warhol, uh, famous for his Campbell soup painting, amongst many other things. So, if you look to the eastern horizon using sidereal zodiac Vedic astrology, you would see the constellation of Cancer rising at 21 degrees, and any planets close to 21 degrees have a lot of impact, like Saturn and Moon, and so we're going to look and see how the planets are operating and when they're operating and what we could do to improve the chart. So, first off, the multicona signs take precedence, and wherever you see a multicona sign, whatever house that's in 1, 4, 5, 6, 7, 9, and 11, those are the things that this person came to work on in this lifetime. So you see Cancer ruled by Moon, first house, working on his life purpose, his identity, and then uh, in the second house you see Leo ruled by Sun, so he's working on wealth and fame. Then you see the sixth sign of Virgo ruled by Mercury, so he's working on communications and arts. And then you see the ninth sign of Sagittarius ruled by Jupiter, working on healing. And then 11th sign of Aquarius ruled by Saturn, working on researching into different modalities of communication, art, etc. And pop art. He kind of was the icon for pop art. And then you see Aries ruled by Mars, working on perfecting his career. So let's just look and see how these planets are operating. Sun is close to the most effective point. It is very strong, and it gives wealth and fame through a commanding presence, his organization and leadership skills, leader in the pop art movement. And then we have Moon at 20 degrees, also close to the most effective point. It's very strong, giving strong life purpose, fulfillment of life purpose through creating new public norms of art. And Moon is connected to Mother. Mother really supported his learning. She taught him art and photography. Mars is at 5 degrees. It's strong. It's giving success in career through creative organizations. It's in the house of organizations. And Mercury is weak. It's combust, close to the sun, and it's afflicted by the ninth aspect of K2. So it gives some delays to his. It's ruling the house of success, so delays in to his success, and through and Mercury connected to communications, media, and fine arts. Jupiter is functional malefic. It's it's fairly strong, and it helped him overcome some health issues. He was actually shot, but it is also afflicting the 10th house of career, the second house of wealth, the fourth house of property, and the sixth house of health. Only 5%, not much, but Jupiter is connected to liver, gallbladder, and hips, so he did have issues with gallbladder. And was controversial, working outside the norms of society in terms of, his addictions and behaviors. Venus is at 0 degrees, weak in infant state, less than 5 degrees. It's combust also, and it is causing some delay in property happiness through fine arts, heart issues. Venus connected to the heart here. Saturn is at 19 degrees. It is strong. It is functional and malefic. Any multiconal sign in the 6th, 8th, or the 12th becomes functional malefic. So Saturn can cause some issues. And it is 30% affliction to its aspects 3, 7, and 10 houses away. So it's causing some delays to happiness, to relationships, um, social connections, and wealth. But it gives gains through inheritance, some longevity, particularly good at research and hard work into the new forms of creative arts. And he did a lot of charity work, so that helps balance any issues from Saturn and Jupiter. Rahu and Ketu, they are fairly benign. Ketu is afflicting Mercury, but other than that, they're not close to the most effective point. So Ketu is giving insights into new forms of creativity. Rahu is giving ambition to have good income and social connections. Very much a social butterfly. They're always balancing something, and so in this situation, creativity and income are being balanced. So if you're a starving artist, then you're only concerned with the income, the creativity. And the other artists only concerned with the income and not so much the creativity. But his was very much in balance. So let's look at the timing of events. When he was 8, he had cholera, almost died, was in bed for a year. That's where his mom taught him art and photography during a Saturn period, death-like experiences, 8th house. Dad died during a Sun period, Sun associated with father. In 1960, he had some sexually transmitted disease and was in the hospital during a Saturn period, death-like experiences again. 62, he had painted his famous Campbell soup picture during a Venus creative period. He was shot by someone who was in one of his movies and felt that she was not given a chance to use her script in a movie, and that was during a Rahu period, and Rahu was actually afflicting the 1st house of the body, and Saturn, which is ruling the 8th house of death-like experiences. Now, he died in 87 after a gallbladder surgery. Remember, we have Jupiter having some issues in his chart, and then he had a heart attack and died. So during this period, you can see the circular chart here. The outer circle is where the planets were the day he died. The inner circle is the birth planets, just like this chart, and only in circular form. So what you see is Rahu, close to the most effective point, afflicting again the body, causing unexpected events to the body. And you have Saturn afflicting Moon ruling the body. Then you have Rahu afflicting natal Moon. Now Moon is the heart, so he had a heart attack. Saturn afflicting Moon here. So those are the things that you can see in his history. Now, what could we do to improve this chart? Well, he was already transforming the malefics, Ketu and Jupiter, by helping the church. He was very involved in the Catholic Church. Then you have transforming Saturn and Rahu by helping those who could not help themselves. So He started visual arts organizations. He is also he is he used to help out at the soup kitchens for homeless several days a week. So yes, so very much involved in charity work. So taking care of all the malefics. Now, what could we do to strengthen the planets? So Sun and Moon and Mars were fairly strong. We need definitely to strengthen Mercury and Venus. Um, and that would have probably helped his success even more, although he is hugely successful because of his strong Sun with the leadership skills in the pop art culture, and Moon with his sensitivity and connection to, you know, movies for the public and art for the public. And Mars giving that ambition and passion and courage to start something new. But yeah, Mercury and Venus could definitely be strengthened with a kavash, which is a locket containing the Devata yantras for Venus and Mercury. Also, could have worn a green emerald and a diamond. So these are the main things. If you would like to get a reading, you can go to vastucreations.com under services. If you'd like to learn transformational Vedic astrology, you see it's very simple and accurate. You could go to Vastu Creations under courses, and you can also get certified to become an astrologer as well. Thank you so much for listening. See you next week.